I've always been an odd individual, I suppose my whole life, to be quite honest. I would classify myself as a extroverted introvert, or I suppose maybe the other way around at times, an introverted extrovert, depending on the day. I suppose what that means is I'm a pretty shy person in general, and I kind of like to keep to myself, except I'm so awkward that the way that I cope with it is by going way beyond what I should and being so outgoing to the point where I kind of look like an asshole. But that's just me. I'm kind of a conundrum of myself. Like, I love tidy, clean spaces, but my room looks like shit. I absolutely love my friends and family, but I don't want to talk to them. And I suppose what it is just for the past few years, maybe even a bit longer, ever since I graduated high school, I've been living as a hyperbole of myself. And I know that sounds weird, but essentially I've been living as me, but more. It's really hard to explain. Imagine if you like something as simplistic as Pepsi, as I do. Imagine that if you like something as simplistic as Pepsi. Like, what do you enjoy it for? You enjoy the flavor. You enjoy the color blue. Well, I always took it like a step further than it should have been. Like, it's like Pepsi's the drink for the gods. If you don't like Pepsi, then you're going to hell. Or something like that in general. And I've always, or at least as of late, have just been kind of overdoing it as far as hyperbolizing myself, and I don't even believe hyperbolize is a term. Like, I like my scarf, so I wear it every day. Every day. I wear it every day. It's not just in the video, guys. I mean, I literally wear this fucking thing every day. If I'm going to get my hair cut, I have it on. If I'm going to the store just to buy some salami, I have it on. If I'm masturbating, I'm joking, I have it on. I don't. Or do I? Bing! But I think it's just been weird kind of understanding who I am as a person now. Because I know a lot of people growing up, especially in your teenage years, which is understandable because you really don't know who you are at the time. So if you're a teenager watching this, listen. Growing up in your teenagers, you don't necessarily understand who you are, so you might do things that are out of character. And I know it's weird, but a lot of people don't fully ever grasp who they are, and they kind of live how others see them. And we kind of create ourselves in the vision that others perceive us as. So if your family sees you as, oh, there's Michelle. Michelle loves drawing. Michelle loves writing. Then there's a good chance that Michelle is going to grow up to be a journalist or, you know, some type of artist or an illustrator or something. So we kind of make ourselves what our friends and family see us instead of actually finding who we are as a person. And I think I've gotten to the point in my life where I've somewhat realized that I've done what my family has seen me as. They've always kind of seen me as funny. They've always kind of seen me as weird and a little witty. And so I've taken that aspect of what people perceive me as, and I've grown on it, and I've grown so far to the point of where I've overdone it a lot in my life. And there's been a few moments where I can consider that maybe I've ruined like good opportunities, or I've fucked something up just because I went overboard with who I am as a person. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know what this video is about or where it's going, so I'm just rambling. It's just a late night ramble. I'm kind of tired. But if you would have taken me back 7 years ago, let's say for example, and I was in high school, I was not a good socializer. Like, the friends that I have now, I'm surprised that they're friends with me because I was not good at talking. I was awkward as hell. I don't even know how I maintained friends apart from Paul, because Paul was just like me and we hung out every weekend. So we had like a common understanding of, yeah, we're both kind of awkward and this is okay, but we're doing it. So it's kind of weird that now I'm in a situation where, though I don't have the biggest audience on earth, I still have a group of people that watch me speak on a daily basis. And because of this, I've like pushed myself to be a better speaker. I've pushed myself to understand a bit more. This isn't making sense, but I've pushed myself to understand what my fan base wants to see / hear from me, and I don't necessarily let that guide how I make my content, but I do take it all into consideration, and I've crafted this channel around it. And it's weird because 7 years ago I never would have seen myself in this situation. I never would have seen myself talking to people or commentating over things, because commentation is not something that I would have ever been able to do. And I don't know really how I got into it or how it started. maybe it's just because I talk too goddamn much. But I think it's kind of funny because, like I was saying earlier, how we kind of create ourselves as our family sees us. My family never really saw me as the person who was outgoing in that aspect. It was always like, oh, Nick's pretty shy, Nick's pretty awkward, Nick has a twitch. I used to go like this. It was just my fucking allergies. My eyes used to have this weird thing going on where if I tap myself over here, I gotta tap myself over here. It kind of sounds OCD. It's not. It's just uneven, and it's fucking me up on the inside. Just like the Walmart shirts that I talked about a few vlogs back. So I kind of grew past, in essence, what my family saw me as. Just not as just funny and witty, but they saw me as someone who's awkward, who probably wouldn't go into a public speaking scenario. But now in my life, I'm able to go literally anywhere. Like, it does not matter. Though I still have that kid in me that's scared and shy and a little bit embarrassed whenever I do speak publicly, or whenever I do go anywhere that I'm like, oh my God, is everybody judging me? I'm able to push past that. And it feels incredible. Like, I'm able to stand up in front of a room of hundreds of people and just talk. Like, it doesn't matter. For example, I went to my brother when my brother was getting married to his wife, which at the time was not his wife because they weren't married yet. But I digress. When my brother was getting married, I was told I don't have to give a speech. I don't have to give a best man speech. And I was the best man. And I was like, cool, whatever. Ain't no thing. Don't got to prepare nothing. GG, easy. So my brother's mother-in-law at the wedding was like, all right, time for the best man speech. And I did not have anything prepared. And normal me would have frozen, or older me, I suppose, would have frozen and freaked out and panicked and not have been able to do that. I would have said something along the lines of, I'm so proud of you two. Good job. Don't get divorced. And then it would have been awkward as hell, and everyone would have been like, oh my God, what kind of speech was that? Is he drunk? Yeah, I don't drink. But it came up, it was a lot better. It was at least like a 5-minute, 6-minute speech just off the top of my head. And I know at certain points I might have rambled because there was nothing prepared, but I was able to push past the awkwardness that was me. And it was kind of cool. It felt good, honestly. It feels good to be able to know that I'm capable of speaking to people. Sorry if it seems like I'm rambling, guys. Sometimes I take this YouTube channel as an opportunity to talk about how I'm feeling or what I'm thinking. And sometimes at night I get a lot of weird thoughts. There's a lot of thoughts that I want to get out of my brain, like this, for example. And it may not be necessarily a lesson or like entertaining, but it's kind of like a diary. Like, dear diary, today I came in my cat's eye again. He loved it. Or something like that. But what's funny is, and I think this is what my brain was thinking about tonight, is that as you grow older, you usually do it a bit gracefully. Some people grow faster than others, but usually you don't notice yourself growing. Like, from being a 4-year-old to being a 16-year-old, you didn't notice, like, oh my God, one day I was this tall, and then the next day I was this tall. It didn't happen like that. You gradually grew. You gradually got taller. And it's the same thing with how we act mentally and how we are as people. We grow. And it's not a thing that happens overnight. It's a thing that happens gradually. And it's hard to think back and realize, when did I change? Or when did this happen? Or when did my mind change? But my brain has been working in the way where I'm able to like pinpoint these fine details as to when I changed or how it changed. And it's throwing my brain off a little bit. I know it sounds weird. It's hard to put into words what I'm thinking, but it's essentially it. This video is probably not relatable in any way, shape, or form. I'm sorry. Just that growing up is weird. I remember I used to lay on my bed when I was young, maybe when I was like 11 or 12 years old, and I had my little phone, my little flip phone at the time, and one of the apps, it was just a built-in thing that it did have, was a calendar. And I was able to scroll, and it went all the way up to like 20, like 99 or something like that. And it had the calendar for quite a while. And I used to sit there in my bedroom at nighttime, being awake when I probably shouldn't have been, at like 2 in the morning, scared of growing up. So I would sit there and I would like flip through the calendar, and I'd get to 2009, and I was like, oh my God, 2009, I'm going to be like 14, and then 2010, I'm like 15, and then so on and so forth, and then I'm 18. And then I remember it got to the point where I was like, Oh my god, in 2000 and whatever year it was, 2014, I'm going to be 20. 2015, I'm going to be 21. 16, I'm going to be 22. 17, I'm going to be 23. And now 2018 is coming up, and I'm going to be 24 years old. And I'm at the point in my life that I was absolutely terrified of as a kid. Because I know a lot of kids want to grow up, and they're like, oh, I don't want to be with my parents anymore. I was never that kid. I was always terrified of growing up and always terrified of living life on my own. And a part of me still is. Except now I know I'm definitely capable of doing so. But a part of me just still doesn't want that, you know? I miss it. I miss it. I'm at the point in my life where I was terrified 10 years ago that I did not want to come to. And I'm here now, and welcome to the party. I suppose that's it for now, guys. Just kind of a little diary, vlog, blog for me to look back on. Thank you guys so much for watching. I had a little fart right there. Feel free to comment down in the comment section below if any of this made any sense to you at all. If it didn't, Dylan Flips, you piece of shit bitch, you fucking asshole, motherfucker that nobody likes. Don't dislike my video, you stupid piece of shit. Fuck you. Fuck you, Dylan Flips. Fuck you. Oh, for those of you who don't know, I have an arch nemesis now. He doesn't know it. And if he watches all the way to the end of this video, he might know it. His name is Dylan Flips, and he's a piece of shit. My arch enemy. Forever. I don't really hold grudges, so I really don't care either. I just think it's funny. How's a kid that does videos on backflips gonna come to my channel and tell me he don't do vlogs properly? Dude, you do backflips on your videos. Leave me the hell alone. I'm a little bit salty. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Please feel free to let me know what you thought of my crazy ranting down below. And until next time, I'm Avenged One.